There isn't really much to say about these players. They have a very big, drilling through your insanely deep will make people question their sexuality, and that makes them the type of players that are least likely to get laid. Hello girls and boys. Today is a special day, unless you live in a country that doesn't celebrate Christmas, but today is extra special because I will be describing you the different types of Valorant players, and you never know. You might be one of those players I will discuss in today's video. So without further ado, let's start with the first type. Number 1. Type 1 Diabetes. These players are the sweetest people, as if they're made out of sugar. As in, they just want to be friendly with everyone, add them as a friend, and play with them the next game, and more games probably. It doesn't matter if they meet someone on their team or the enemy one. The Type 1 Diabetes players will be seen with their knife out next to anyone, and at least try to add a new friend every day. They might forget most of them afterwards, but they will surely find other players turned into friends who will play with them like for the rest of their lives, or like for a long time to go. Number 2. The Smurf. If you don't know what a Smurf is, first of all, have you even played Valorant? And second, a Smurf is a high-ranked player who's using a new or low-leveled account for various reasons. And we can categorize them into various groups: Papa Smurf, Clumsy Smurf, Grouchy Smurf, and Brainy Smurf. Papa Smurf is a type of Smurf who has been playing FPS games since the age of the dinosaurs probably. And they're so experienced that they're trying to help low-ranked people, either by actually showing them how to play the game or boosting them. Clumsy Smurf. The only acceptable type of Smurf is the most laid-back out of all Smurfs. They don't take their game seriously at all when playing in their Smurf account, and you can usually spot them using a pistol for the entire game, either to make content or for fun, or both. Unfortunately, trying to encounter a Clumsy Smurf is as hard as searching for shinies in Pokemon. Grouchy Smurfs are the exact opposite of Clumsy Smurfs, as they take every game seriously, plus they come with the added bonus of being toxic to anyone unlucky to cross their path. Last, but not the least, are the Brainy Smurfs. They usually are the Smurfs that try to outplay low-ranked players, but they overthink what a plastic -11 rank would do, and in the end, they hurt themselves by confusion. Number 3. The Gargamel. These players are exactly like the Grouchy Smurfs, as they are toxic, but number 1, they are not Smurfs. And number 2, they have a deep hatred towards Smurfs. A weird feature of these players is that they always target the Smurf and try to outplay them, and if they succeed in doing so, they push the red button and launch the easy nuke in the chat. Number 4, the Sykkuno. Sykkunos always play Valorant with friends and never ever solo queue, except in very rare occasions. And these are the types of players who play for fun. You'll usually see them doing crazy plays and fail 99% of the time. And also, they try to knife the enemies even if they see the slimmest door of opportunity to do so. And that makes them the type of players that are least likely to get laid. I must admit, most of the time I do fall in this category of players, but the other half I fall in the Number 5, Hard Slugs.
Have you ever felt like your efforts in comp aren't paying off? Well,
don't worry, there are millions of other players that feel the exact same, so welcome to the Hard Slug category, where the luckiest of you remain in the same rank you've started with, either at Gold 2 or Iron 1 or anything in like between or above. And the unlucky ones, well, you guys are probably already used to the pain of demoting every time you don't play with your daddy Smurf. I mean Papa Smurf. I said Papa. Papa. Number 6. The Big LH. Well, as the name says,
these are the people who lag.
they come in 3 very beautiful flavors. Number 1, the Deng Hai Ping is a player who has high ping either because they have bad internet, because they play in an account of a different region, or they live in Africa. Seriously, there aren't any Riot servers in Africa. So if you play in the EU servers and see a guy with at least a constant 250 ping, they might be living 9,000 kilometers away from you. Number 2, frame cap players who suck. Suffer. They're usually the players who can boot up Valorant fine and can reach up to 100 FPS in the home screen. But once they join the game, the signs of their existence appear, as they are the sole reason the loading screen takes longer than it should. Spectating these players will give you a window to look into their suffering. And finally, we have the mixed flavor players. They experience both the problems of the Deng Hai Ping and the FPS players. I don't know what the patience of these people are made of, but I wouldn't even wish my worst enemy to be a mixed flavor player, because I know the suffering. Well, not really, but I sympathize with you guys. Number 7, the Kid. You can't ever have enough of high-pitched voices drilling through your ears. These players' ages range within the numbers of a clock, and they come in a variety of different personalities, scaling from the most wholesome and innocent kids.
Hello!
Hey there, little fella.
Wanna hop in
he's
for
so
some free
cute.
bucks? Hop in my van.
To the spawns of the devil himself, screeching to the poor low quality mics that can't handle such frequencies.
Malfunctioned yet.
To the ultra cracked immortal 10-year-olds. Like, Jesus, why do you guys exist? Get a life. Number 8, the corpse slash Schrodinger Lees. These players usually appear when you least expect them. They have a very big personality and an insanely deep voice made out of the lowest frequencies possible for a human ear to hear, but they're usually shy. And yet, even a single second of them speaking will make people question their sexuality, especially effective towards stream viewers. In chat, they might ask these players to read them a bedtime story. There are also the frauds who try to speak like these types of players, but instead of sounding like them, they sound like a very beaten up bike engine. Number 9, the AFK. These players, for some reason, just decide to leave anytime during the game, and the worst type of AFK players are the ones who by some magic are able to stay in the game every round doing nothing except of siphoning the creds of the team. Instead of playing the game like a normal chimp would, they would rather AFK with an auto-clicker and gain XP by just staying in game. And the worst part is, when you call them out, they suddenly turn into a philosopher and give the dumbest big brain excuses for their behavior. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can click the icon on the top right corner to watch that video. After this one, of course. But anyway, last type. Number 10, the NPC. There isn't really much to say about these players. As the name suggests, they are literal NPCs. They just play the game without talking in any form of chat, and they play minding their own business only. They don't beg for heals or help or provide any info. They just exist. And unfortunately, they are the most common types of players. Bonus type, the cringe. Often found with the name his or agent name, are players who just by their mere presence make you just wanna yourself. In game, of course. They try so hard to be funny, but in the end, they just harm their own selves by their actions. Well, anyways, these are all the types of players that I could think of.
One more type I would like to add are the insta-lockers. These people have no right to play Valorant if they're gonna play so trash that if they swim in the ocean it increases water pollution tenfold. Seriously, and the worst of it all is that they insta-lock a duelist, and then they have the audacity to tell you to play Sage. This is unacceptable behavior that makes the devil look like an angle in comparison to them. There is a special spot in the pits of hell reserved for these players that is even lower than their KDA average. This is what they deserve for such tremendous acts. And if you're that type of player, please stop. Anyway.
If there is another type of player I didn't mention, please type it down in the comments and I might cover it in the next episode. Also, I have a Discord server now, so I guess join if you want to. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to...
Mary Chrysler.